Hey everyone. So, I've tried to record this video a few times already. And today, we are talking about a couple of problems that I don't even know how they started in the Dark Souls community. And why you should listen to your own performance and not medalists and that kind of garbage. So, first off, the creator of Dark Souls made the game so you can experience it the way you want to experience it, not to listen to other people's meta lists and know what other people think is best. Even if it's by every single person in the community voted the number one weapon, you may suck with it. I'm that way. The weapon I'm referring to is the Lothric Knight Sword. I can't for the life of me use a straight sword. People think the Lucerne is garbage. Guess what I'm good with? So yeah, you shouldn't listen to other people's meta lists or any of that kind of stuff. Also, their reasoning. The reasoning in the Dark Souls community for what's good and bad kind of contradicts itself. So, with a halberd, the thing you want is range, apparently, because a weapon that's a centimeter shorter than most halberds, the Lucerne, is somehow bad just because of its range. So, that may not sound too contradictory, but once I explain why people think a straight sword is the strongest thing in the game, and explain the similarities, you'll see what I'm talking about. So first off, it has clearly more range than a straight sword. I mean, obviously, it's a freaking halberd. It doesn't have... it's not very much slower than a straight sword. It's actually very fast for a halberd. I'm just using examples to help explain this. It does more damage than even the most damaging straight sword, the Lothric Knight Sword. It does purely thrust damage, which is the thing people seem to think makes a straight sword so overpowered, because of the R2 thrust. So range plus thrust damage equals good. What do you think the freaking Lucerne is? Range plus thrust damage. So if straight swords are good for that one reason, how OP does that make the Lucerne? I'm just saying, like, their reasoning is very faulty. Like, the two things that matter are thrust damage and range. But, apparently, and speed. But, I mean, this isn't much slower than a straight sword. It's faster than most halberds. And a centimeter less range, big bloody deal. Okay? Curved swords are amazing. They don't have thrust damage like a straight sword. They don't have the range of a halberd. But they have speed and good comboing. So here's the 4 things people seem to think are what makes a weapon overpowered. Moveset, range, thrust damage, and damage output. So a weapon that is the best of all 4 worlds, wouldn't that be like the most overpowered weapon in the game? Not a trash weapon no one should use? anyways, that's just what I think. The Flamberge is another weapon like this. Not so much on the thrust damage spectrum. So it's like, it's a fast weapon. It has amazing damage output. It's really fast for a greatsword. What's its one weakness? It can't do thrust damage. What kind of a weakness is that compared to like 200 damage output, base damage output? Combine that with scaling, you have one hard-hitting weapon. It's got more range than most straight swords. It does. It's longer. It's got a really nice move set. What's the one reason people think it's trash? It doesn't have the thrust that the Claymore has. It's like one move. Big deal. It can bleed someone in 2 shots. It's got all the other strengths of a greatsword, and some of those strengths it's got on another level opposed to other greatswords. So, wouldn't that make it one of the best ones and not a piece of crap? Anyways, I just wanted to let you guys know that these meta lists and what the community says, it is not a reliable source of information. If you want somebody's advice who took Dark Souls as a gamer, not someone who has to win so he listens to someone else, which is what I am. I approach it as a gamer who wants to experience it my own way. Don't listen to other people. You will enjoy the game more if you make your own stuff, you make your own builds, use your favorite stuff, and you just learn how to play the game. I mean, that is what the creator designed it for. You know what the #1 nickname for Dark Souls is? Fashion Souls.